great. Everything is great.
Yeah.
But one thing, it seems like you forgot to fill out the race. If you didn't fill that part out.
I'm sorry. That must have slipped my mind. Yeah, I must have forgot to fill that out. My apologies.
Oh, yeah, I see. But what's your race? Just so I can get that last part for the...
Now that I'm thinking about it, what does it matter, right? Like, it's kind of outdated on applications, isn't it? Like, what's the point for it? If it don't pertain to the job, I don't really see why it matters. Like, everybody's the same, right?
Yeah. But, okay. Alright. Yeah, I was about to just, watch some TV, watch some sports. You watch any sports?
Yeah, I like a few sports.
Oh, yeah? What sports? What sports do you like?
Football, hockey, baseball.
Nice. Yeah, I was about to make some dinner, what about you? What you had for dinner?
Yeah, I actually had some spaghetti made.
How long was it made? A few days? A week? Couple weeks? Huh?
I actually made it today.
Convenient. Okay. You have a favorite music genre?
I like a few genres. Classical, jazz, hip-hop, pop, rock.
Let's signal in on the hip-hop. Who do you think is the best rapper of all time? Who's the best? Come on, let's hear it, man.
I have to say Eminem.
Oh, really? You sure you don't want to choose, Biggie or Tupac? What about them?
Nope. Has to be Eminem. I just think he's best rapper overall.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to use up any more of your time. You have a good day.
Hey, you too. Listen, I can explain.
Yeah, it's going to be a no for us. I'm sorry.
Yo, shalom. Hey, y'all put yourself up to the, there you go, Khan. Shalom, y'all. Y'all about some y'all shabakatham. Hey, the water for joining us again, y'all. Hey, I'm Azrahaya. Yeah, I guess that.
Shalom, brother Mathanya. Appreciate y'all joining us for sure.
Shalom, this is brother Asa with the messed up camera. Shalom.
Yeah. Yo, shalom. Thank y'all for joining us once again. Hey, shalom, Sister Alexandria. Shalom, Judah. Dix. Shalom. That's everybody that I see in the chat. Shalom.
Skip Mathanya.
Yeah, you up here.
Hey, and Sister Debash as well. We see you on the scene.
What's she at? Oh, yeah. Shalom, Sister Debash. Man, I don't know how I missed her. Shalom, sis. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got some good topics for y'all tonight. We're running a little bit behind. Work schedules is crazy. But hey, we here. All right. We're gonna bring out this truth and be thorough with it. So first and foremost, y'all got anything?
Shoot, new moon.
Yeah, new moon. Ain't it on the it's on the 5th, right?
Yeah. Coming up on the 5th. So we may not be doing anything because the 5th is next Wednesday. More than likely we'll be fellowshipping, so we may not be doing anything next Wednesday. But if y'all want to fellowship with us, get with us. And we can kind of let you know where we're gonna be at. But we appreciate y'all joining us again. This is TNT, where we come with the topics, the current events and things like that. We're gonna break it down, see how it correlates to the scriptures. Hey, but y'all could be doing anything else on this Wednesday. We appreciate y'all joining us for sure.
Yeah. As far as new moon, yeah. If y'all anybody that want to join us for new moon, want to come congregate, hey, if you got the email, hit the email. Let us know. Or if you know a brother or sister, firsthand, give them a shout and tell them to get in contact, with leadership. and you're more than welcome to join us. We're gonna do something. We're gonna get together. You know how we always do. We get together, serve the Lord, bring some precepts out, eat, drink, and be merry. All right. So with that being said, you good, Asa? You had anything to say?
Shoot. This is TNT. In a world full of craziness, we are coming just to bring these sense. So sit back, relax, grab your Bible, grab your popcorn and something cool to drink, and enjoy the lesson.
Yeah, and we got, if you ain't got your Bible handy or your Google handy, get it, because we're gonna ask y'all a couple questions too. So anyway, let's get this show on the road.
6 of your friends from back home to Atlanta?
I didn't move and we all left together.
I mean, is this sort of a Newport News thing? Because Allen Iverson kind of had the same thing going on. He would always have a big crew from back home with him.
Man, you got a crew.
But I don't financially support him though.
Well, millions of dollars. I don't know what you call it. I don't know if we could call it me supporting them. I never felt like I supported anybody. I gave. You had a couple $1 million. You might look at a difference. Like walking in that back room and you broke and you find $20 million and you found it. They was outside. You ain't gonna give them nothing. You're not gonna give him a dime. You ain't gonna. He got a kids and he trying to get an apartment. You're not gonna help him when you got a pocket full of money.
It's a tough situation.
No, it's not a tough situation. I don't think it's a tough situation.
I've dealt with it. I've dealt with friends, and it's always.
I don't think it's tough. It's a respect level, man. Like, I don't value a dollar. You know, I value loyalty. You know, I value respect, character.
See, you see that right there? They let you know they not built like us. You see what I'm saying? Esau is not built like us. You know, Mike Vick just like, hey, look, I just, they're my boys. I mean, he said you go in a room and you run across millions of dollars and your boys, they outside. He said you ain't gonna give them nothing. They not built like us. He looking at it. Vlad looking at it like, I'm not gonna support, man. Like, bro, they not built like us, man. We just look at it like, shoot, I got a little bit. Let me look out for my boys. Y'all got anything on the topic?
King. So let's also keep in mind too that Vlad is supposed to be a quote unquote Jewish man.
Right.
And if you are a Jew, you are supposed to keep the tenets of the Bible when it comes to lending to your neighbor, taking care of your brother and sister. And you have to defend the fatherless and the widow too. So you would think that this is something Vlad would know, but yet we are seeing proof more and more each and every day that these so-called Jewish people are not the real people of God. Let's see what the people of God should do. Let's go to Sirach chapter 29 and verse 1.
Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 29 and verse 1. He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor, and he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments.
So someone who is merciful, someone who is in the spirit of the Most High God, because we already know that the Lord's mercy is never ending. So the person that is merciful, they will strengthen the hand of their neighbor, and by them doing so, they keep the commandments. Read on.
It says, lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season.
Because you are supposed to help your brother when he is in need. You are supposed to strengthen that hand so your brother can pull himself up. Read on.
Keep thy word and deal faithfully with him, and thou shalt always find the thing that is necessary for thee.
And you will always find the thing that is necessary for you by you being compassionate, merciful, and giving to your own brother. Are you?
Excellent precepts.
Let me Let me get a precept too, King. Let me get Sirach chapter 6 and verse number 14, because you this is talking about, Vlad don't got no friends, evidently, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a friend is gonna look out for one another. I can't keep up with millions, and I know my brothers and my sisters and my loved ones and my kin living paycheck to paycheck, or not even living paycheck to paycheck, struggling. You know what I'm saying? It's just in our spirit, bro. That's why even in our ignorance, you know what I'm saying, Esau be posted in our neighborhoods because he know we are givers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They be panhandling in our neighborhoods because they know that. I seen plenty of times, you know what I'm saying, white folks panhandling around other white folks. They will not give a dime.
Not one dime.
They will not give a dime. You know what I'm saying? Because they love their money. You know what I'm saying? They love their resources. This stuff don't mean nothing to us. We value, like the brother just said, we value loyalty and respect. All right? Bring it out for me in Sirach 6 and 14.
Come. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 14. It says, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such and one hath found a treasure.
Have found a treasure, man. It's nothing these brothers can't ask me for, man. If I got it, they got it. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's right.
That's nation building. You know what I'm saying? Let me get one more. Let me get that 1 Timothy chapter 6, I believe, verse number 10. Right? Because these Edomites love money, then they love their own people. Right?
You said 1 Timothy what?
1 Timothy chapter 6. Right? And verse number 10.
God, this is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Like the brother Asa was just bringing out, these Jewish people supposed to be followers of the Torah,
right?
Followers of the law and the prophets. But he said, I'm not giving back. Basically, that's what he said.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, this ain't for him because he's a heathen. He's Jewish. But even if he was and was talking like this, you have erred from the faith.
Right.
Right? Because what happened to brotherly love? Right? They ain't got no brotherly love because them some doggone devils, man.
Right.
Right? I yield.
Go to the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 39.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 20 and verse 29.
Go to verse 35.
Verse 35. I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Lord Yahushua, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
He said, support the weak. That's what Mike Vick said he was doing. If you all of a sudden come across $1 million and your friends are out there, they don't know what's going on or whatever, obviously now you're in the position where you're not the weak and they are the weak. Even if they doing all right for themselves, you come across millions of dollars, you telling me that you just like, okay, forget them. You just found it. You did nothing to get it. You just like, forget them. Nah, Mike Vick, like, no, I left, you know what I'm saying, to do bigger and better things. I took my friends with me. I ain't lose nothing. You get what I'm saying? But just like they said, just like the brother said, they not built like us. That let you know that's not the people. Go to Isaiah 29 and 22 real quick. They not the people. Obviously. We know this.
Hey, let's not forget. Let's if we can describe the precepts. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 22. Right? Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not be ashamed, neither shall his face wax pale.
Basically going on to say that's not the people. That's not the people. Of course, there's Israelites that are light skinned, high yellow, light bright, almost white. But obviously, that's not the people. In majority, in totality, the Israelites are not quote unquote Caucasians or appear to be Caucasians. You have some of us that look like that, but for the most part, we don't. Right? All right. Did y'all have anything else? All right, Con. All right. Now let's I'll ask after this video.
Fruit on one tree. This is how I did it. Normally, when grafting it is hard to make good cuts needed for graft to take. Then I got these perfect cut grafting shears. They allow me to graft up to 1/2 inch in diameter. Grab yours for free 7-day US shipping.
All right, so what was the whole purpose of that video? There is a law that's being broken in that video. I want somebody in the comments to let us know what law is being broken in this video. I'm gonna run it back one more time.
Kinds of fruit on one tree. This is how I did it. Normally, when grafting it is hard to make good cuts needed for graft to take. Then I got these perfect cut grafting shears. They allow me to graft up to 1/2 inch in diameter. Grab yours for free 7-day US shipping.
All right, what law is being broken, family? What law is being broken in this video, in this clip? Also, you notice they said grafting. In Romans 11, you see grafting. In other places, you also see grafting where it talks about the children of Israel being grafted back in. And the example that the Most High uses is the olive tree. You got one olive tree, and you got another olive tree. You got the wild, and you got the other olive tree. And grafting the wild olive tree into the good olive tree to be one whole olive tree. You see what I'm saying? That's basically what they did with this tree. But what they did right here was sinful. All right. So nobody in the comments got any precepts. What law y'all think we broke? What law y'all think they broke, brethren? Do y'all know?
Someone diverse seed.
Con, what's that precept?
Deuteronomy 22.
Con. What is it? What Dex say? Revelation 7 and 3.
Now let's see what Dex got first.
All right. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 7, in verse 3. It says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their forehead. Well, that isn't a law that's being broken. But that's a good precept. Well, you said that was what?
Deuteronomy 22. Right. Verse 9, I think.
Yep.
All right. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 9. It says, thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. So the Most High said it's defiled if you do that. That is an abomination to change what the Most High made perfect already. You see what I'm saying? I got a precept. Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 19.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 19. It reads, y'all, Salakia. Yeah. I thought it said y'all for a second. Hey, Salakia. Hey, so this is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's important too. Don't be mixing got dog on the cow with the dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, that's off.
Right.
Most I'm not dealing with that, man.
That's abomination.
It's an abomination. Come. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Neither, yeah. You want me to finish that out again?
You can finish it up.
Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee.
So notice, the Most High don't want you to change up what He done already made perfect. Is what He's saying. Don't be mixing up stuff. I wanted it this way right here, but see, it's you also have to look at it like this. The same way why, the same reason why in Deuteronomy 22:5, Most High said, a man should not wear that which pertains unto a woman, and a woman should not wear that which pertains unto a man, right? Because He wants everything decent and in order. Same thing with the seed, same with the cattle, same with man and woman. You see what I'm saying? Everything needs to be decent and in order, not chaos, because that's what that is. Not trying to change and do some exotic type stuff. No, the Most High want things to be a certain way, and that's how we're supposed to move, or else that's defiled. That's an abomination, right?
Hey, that's a lot of that quote unquote loud these brothers out here smoking.
Right.
They done mix seed with seed to get something exotic, which you ain't supposed to be smoking anyway. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, you know, the Lord said that's off, man.
Yeah.
Sure. Hey, we also see it when on people be out here blending tight tigers with these lines, making ligers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
Right. And that's why they don't live long.
Yeah.
Right. Man, the so-called white man, he always gotta come in and change something his way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What it said in the book of Isaiah, that they exalted themselves as the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Therefore,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So man, like these heathens, that's why these heathens got to be destroyed, man, because they done destroyed the earth.
Right.
By doing all of this, man.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So look, check this video out right here. All right. For those Negro only Israelites. Check this out.
What's your nationality?
I'm Mexican.
Your mom and father are Mexican.
My both parents are Mexican.
That brother just said he Mexican. He look like Judah.
Where are they from?
They're from Guerrero. They're from right. You know who's my brother? El Moreno Mexicano. That's my brother.
That's your actual
brother. Like from mom and dad. That's my actual brother. And people trip out. It's funny because
that will be showing you love.
Yeah, he does. Like all of my comments, he's always right there. Yeah, I'm Mexican though. Like when I was little, I never really thought like I had a problem with like I always thought like I was just like a Mexican kid, and like people wouldn't like later on people wouldn't treat me like look at me differently, you know? Cause yeah, when I was little, I would get like some little shit, you know, I would get teased and shit like that. But I never like when I started going up with this rap shit, I would see like some LA post me and shit, like South Central and like all black pages and shit, you know? And I would just see a lot of black fools like what the f this niggas disgrace fool, like shit like that. And also like Mexicans too, like oh, they confused, you know? But that's cause a lot of people don't know about black Mexicans.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of people don't know about black Hispanics in general. You know, to be a Negro only Israelite, of course, to be honest with you, we are actually Negro only Israelites, because what we say is if you are a descendant of the not the Hispanics that come from the Spaniards, but the Hispanics that come from the Taínos, you know what I'm saying, and the natives, those are the Israelites, not those Edomite Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? But we're not Negro only at the same time, because Negro only they look at your color and say you're not an Israelite, or they just say, oh no, Hispanics are not Israelites, when that's off. That's false. You see what I'm saying? They was in slavery before we was in slavery. You know, they got conquered before we got conquered. You know what I'm saying? So to sit there and discriminate against them, that's crazy. All right. Did y'all have anything on the topic?
Let me get Jeremiah 50, man. Jeremiah 50. Right. Jeremiah 50 and 33, I think. That's what I'm looking for. Jeremiah 50. Because
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, man, these brothers be bugged out, man. I was listening to a brother that was on that type of time on Clubhouse, OT only, Negro only brother that I always be complaining about One West. He don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Not from the creator, Yah. Y'all know Michael. Brother be having me weak. You know what I'm saying? But he don't know what's going on because, you know, most I just ain't give him the understanding as far as the text, man. Give me that in Jeremiah 50 and 30.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, in verse 30, or you want
33.
33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Hey, and that's what we see before our eyes, man. We see us and our brothers, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Northern Kingdom oppressed together. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The scriptures say they refuse to let them go. Right? But shoot, you know, we're going to be delivered together as well. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to our brother, man. Our brother on the field.
Shalom.
Shalom. How about you, my brother? What's good with y'all, man?
Yeah, about some good to see you, King.
Con,
but that was all I had on that, King.
Con. Hey, and shalom to Sister Yamina. You know what I'm saying? She be out there laboring with us while we out there at camp. You know what I'm saying? She bring food and everything else. Hey, she be putting in her brick. You know, so shalom to the sister, man.
Hey,
you know,
and be all ready to go.
ready to go.
Ready to go.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? That sister do a lot. So, you know, we're more than grateful. You know, and that applies to anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's putting in a brick, you know, to help the men of the Lord get this word out. You know, we much appreciated. You know, thank y'all. You know, all praise to the Most High. The other one of y'all have anything on this topic?
King. Let me grab Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 13.
Good preach up.
I got it right here. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So all of this tribal warfare, the dark skin versus the light skin versus the person that looks strongly Negro feature compared to the person who has a strong Hispanic look. Look, if you come from the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it does not matter what you look like. It does not matter what part of the world you were scattered to. You are a child of God, and you are our brother or our sister. Point blank, period.
That's right.
Now you.
You had some, sir?
So yeah, that goes to show y'all, you know what I'm saying, Israel, hey, you got different shades of brown. You know what I'm saying? You got Northern Kingdom that's blacker than me. Actually, I had a homeboy when I was in middle school. I had a homeboy, he was Panamanian. When I say that brother was black, he was black, like, but he was Hispanic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we can't discriminate against the Northern Kingdom, man. And my brothers and sisters.
All right, so
go ahead, Ken.
To that point, when I lived in Rhode Island, there was some people up there from the Cape Verdean Islands. That's one of like them little islands off the coast of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell they got Negroid features. But it's in little hints, you know what I'm saying? Like how we was off the West Coast and we was all along the West Coast, it was the same thing for them. But if you look at them, you'll be like, nah. But you look again, you like, oh nah, that's a nigga right there. Even how they act.
Gun for sure. Hey, listen, our people scattered, you know what I'm saying? Our people all over the world in all four corners of the earth. And we come in multiple shades. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, just like this last count. I didn't call Esau because he might have been our people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call him Esau because I'm gonna let him prove himself to be Esau. You know what I'm saying? Once we got into them precepts about who gonna get saved, hey, they'll tell you who they is. You ain't got to tell them that they Israel or not Israel. They gonna tell you who they are once you get to talking about who Esau and who not who Esau is, but the fact that Esau ain't getting salvation. Yeah, and I guess you do gotta say who Esau is. You gotta let them know Esau is the Caucasian, like the dude. He said, "Well, I guess that's me."
That's me.
Thou says. You see what I'm saying? All right. So
speckled bird.
Right. So check this sister out right here, y'all. Let's see what she's talking about.
Doing nasty things and being bad to the locals. Now let me flip the fucking script, okay? Let's talk about the fact
it's coming in a little low.
We get abused.
Yeah, I see.
The thing about Ghana is stop crying victim. Stop crying victim, because y'all cheat us out of a lot of stuff. Y'all invited us to come home, which by the
hey, let us know in the chat if y'all can hear that.
We came running to Ghana. People,
I could barely hear it. Basically what the sister's saying is, Ghana had invited all the so-called quote unquote African Americans to come back to Ghana, and they basically said come back home. So what her complaint is, we come back home and they treat them differently than the people of Ghana. When you get over there, they'll have, for the same thing, they'll have a price that says it'll be this amount for the people of Ghana and this amount for the foreigners. They call them foreigners. So us going over there, they'll call us foreigners, even though they told us that we the same people. You see what I'm saying? And they treat them differently. And that's what her complaint is. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna
moved out of their apartments, sold everything.
You can't hear it. We're gonna skip the system. But basically, this video right here was just to prove that you can't run from these curses
at all.
Going back to where they picked us up from, you see what I'm saying? You're getting racially profiled. You cannot run from these curses. You cannot leave America and go to any other part of the world and think that you're gonna run from these curses. It's not happening. Now, you may not get as racially profiled or worry about the police, you know what I'm saying, shooting you down in the street. You know, it might be a different form of prejudice or whatever, but at the end of the day, you just can't run from these curses. You know, we got these curses on us until Yahweh Shah come, right? Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Let's go to these curses.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse number 16. It reads, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field."
So obviously, any city, the sister is complaining. You curse in the city over there in Ghana, and you curse over in the city over here in America. Cursed in the field over there, cursed in the field over here, right? Another curse it is Deuteronomy 28:54. Evil eye towards your brother. You see what I'm saying? Those are our brothers and sisters over there, and they got an evil eye towards us, trying to come up off of us. You know, mistreating us, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Let's read that.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. These curses are going to pursue you. You cannot run from these curses. They will pursue you. This sister was pissed off. If I watched that video, that sister was heated. I don't blame her, because they started, the way she put it was, first they put it out there like, yeah, African Americans come home. Then after they got there, that's when all hell broke loose. They hit him with, she said $3,000 for this, $2,000 for that. You got to pay for your citizenship. You then over there, you know what I'm saying, there's different prices for the foreigners. It's like they hit him with all these different fees and shit. Like, God dang, you know what I'm saying? Made me want to go back to America, right? But once again, you can't run from these curses. All right. Did y'all have anything on
Con. Someone grab Baruch 3 and verse 8.
So, like you said, what verse? Baruch 3 and what?
8.
Okay. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according in all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God.
Hey, we are to this very day in the land of our captivity. And guess what? We don't own any lands here. So it does not matter where you go, where you flee, wherever you think you have peace, shoot, you are still in captivity, and you are subject to these payments, whether it's higher prices when you shop, whether you subject to these doggone taxes. You are always gonna be held to this curse in one way or another. Jump on down to verse 10.
Verse 10. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead?
So how did this happen to you, Israel? How? It is very, very plain. Go to verse 12.
Verse 12. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom.
We have forsaken the fountain of wisdom. And that wisdom is these laws, statutes, and commandments. So what do you think that we have to do to get the water turned back on? Keep the commandments. This is why TNT focuses heavy on these laws, getting you back to these laws by pulling up different type of videos, different type of scenarios, so that you can see these laws being applied properly and not being applied at all. This is why we do this, to get you back to serving your God. Next verse.
Verse 13. For if thou hadst walked in the way of God, thou shouldest have dwelt in peace forever.
And if we walk in the ways of our God now, and we continue in it, and we endure in it to the very end, guess what? We will have that peace forever. I yield.
Con. You got anything on the topic, Sar?
Con. This particular topic, man, it kind of reminds me of that Jew, or there's neither Jew nor Greek verse. And the reason I say that is because we got a lot of like Igbo tribe and a lot of these tribes that's in that's in Africa that believe themselves to be Jews, they look at us as like the Gentile. You know, when we say, "Oh, we a Jew too." Oh, how? How are you a Jew? You ain't never kept these traditions. You know what I'm saying? You just now, you know, and it go back to the same thing about there's neither Jew nor Greek, there's neither free nor bond. So, and that come with our people waking up too, man. So, you know, Priest Daniela said, man, the book of Acts coming back out.
Yeah.
And we starting to see these things. I hear right there.
Come. That goes back to like what you said. The book of Acts coming back out. That goes back to Southern Kingdom calling Northern Kingdom and all the scattered Gentiles. You see what I'm saying? That's what that goes back to Romans 11 when it talked about bringing those that were scattered back into the fold and it making Southern Kingdom jealous. Matter of fact, let's pull that real quick. Romans 11 and I think it's verse 11.
Hey, with you in the spirit, I was gonna bring out the prodigal son, but shoot, same thing, same.
Oh yeah, you can bring that you want to. Sure.
I got it right here. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 11. You was ready for that?
Yeah, Con.
Okay, Con. And it reads, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy.
Con. So it says through the fall of the Southern Kingdom, salvation came unto the Gentile or the Northern Kingdom and the scattered of Israel. You see what I'm saying? To provoke them to jealousy. So while we got those of our people that's in Africa that have been keeping the ordinances and all the customs that our people are supposed to keep, what they failing to realize is back in the day, they went off. Just like we went off. You see what I'm saying? Because if they wouldn't have went off, then they wouldn't be scattered. We all still be in our land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's basically what was going on. They try to tell us, well, y'all just African Americans, y'all scattered. Y'all ain't never been keeping these laws. Y'all just now start doing this. Well, at the end of the day, the objective is to bring us all back together. Let's get Isaiah 52 and 8. And then I'm a year.
Come on. This is the book of Isaiah, right? Chapter 52 and verse 8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice, with the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when the Lord shall bring again Zion.
At the end of the day, it don't matter if it's the Israelites that's in Africa or any other country. It don't matter if it's Israelites in this camp or that camp, this group, that group. You see what I'm saying? Or what? It says in the end, when your house shall come, we all gonna see eye to eye. You not everybody that's getting to the kingdom is not just gonna be just from your camp. Right. That is foolishness. Because what you're saying is you got the 144,000 plus the great multitude which cannot be measured or numbered in your camp.
Foolishness.
Pure foolishness. That's delusion. You see what I'm saying? So it says, when it's all said and done, when Yahweh shall come, we all gonna see eye to eye in the end. You got no choice but to see eye to eye. You wanna get to that kingdom. Shoot, all this stuff that's going on right now, it ain't gonna fly when Yahweh shall in the sky. Shoot, I yield.
Hey, Salakia, hey, and if you hate your brother, you ain't gonna be seeing nothing but the lake of fire.
That's right.
That's what you gonna be seeing.
That's right.
You ain't gonna be seeing no eyes.
Listen, them niggas that sit up and just talk about their brothers, you hate your brothers, you sit up and find reasons to slander your brothers, you not getting the kingdom, dummy.
Right.
You going directly against the commandments.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Let's get Leviticus 19 in verse I think it's 18. Leviticus 19 and 18. You hate your brother. What kingdom you think you getting? What kingdom do you think you getting?
Kingdom. The nigga kingdom. The
nigga. Right. Right.
Hey, niggas know all these goddamn deep mysteries, but don't know brotherly love, man.
It's verse 16, my bad. Leviticus 19 and 16.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
You should not go up as a talebearer among your people, running your mouth about your brother. Every video you do is to slander your brethren. Just to talk mess about your brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? Every time you trying to point out the flaws of your people, instead of, if your brother is in the wrong, correcting your brother. You see what I'm saying? If your brother and sisters is in the wrong, you're supposed to be correcting them, rebuking them, not slandering, trying to, you know what I'm saying, calling them out their name and all this and that. Because there's brothers amongst us that do that. We ain't calling no names, but there are brothers that do that. That's all they live for. You see what I'm saying? Are you?
Hey, let me get that Luke 15 real quick. I don't want to beat a dead horse, man, but at least want to wake y'all up with this, man. If y'all have not read The Prodigal Son, go get that. Go read that.
Yeah.
It's in the text, right? But this is going to the point exactly of what the brothers are just bringing out, man. So I got a cousin that's married into the family that's Haitian. You know what I'm saying? And she tell me about also that, you know what I'm saying, the Haitians that live in Haiti, of course, you know, they got their own things going on, you know what I'm saying, with the so-called gangs and stuff like that, but they don't look at the Haitians that have come to America the same as them.
Right.
And this is exactly what brothers talking about. Let me get that in Luke 15.
11.
No, see, shoot, that's where it started for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Let me get verse 24.
Okay, come. This is the book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 24. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found, and they began to be merry.
He was lost. He coming back to his heritage. He coming back to who he is. He coming back to his land, just like the brothers were bringing out, to his heritage. Right? Read on.
Now his elder son was in the field, and as he came and drew nigh to the house, he heard music and dancing.
So the elder son was in the field doing his thing, hanging out, having a good time, probably sipping a little strong drink. Right? Read.
And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant.
Read on.
And he said unto him, Thy brother is come, and thy father hath killed the fatted calf, because he have received him safe and sound.
So the father is excited. My son, right? He done killed the fattest cow. We finna eat and be merry. We finna have a good time. We finna party.
Right.
What a wine it. You know what I'm saying? What a strong drink.
Right.
What a fruit. What a berries. You know what I'm saying? We finna have a good time. Read.
And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore came his father out and entreated him.
Right? So, man, we're going to stop right there because this get a point. But all of that is good. The eldest brother was angry by his own brother coming home to be a part of the heritage, to be a part of the land, the culture. Right? We got to stop having this evil eye toward one another. Right? All the brothers brought out great examples. Y'all go back and get that and read that. You know, these verses right here are important. You know what I'm saying? Because the church don't teach this. Right? The church don't teach about the scattered Israelites. They don't teach about the Israelites at all. They don't teach nothing. You know what I'm saying? But go get this and read up on this because this is how you're going to have an understanding of how to deal with that was neither Jew nor Greek. That's how you're going to have an understanding how to deal with Romans 11, the olive tree, and the wild branches and the natural branches.
Right.
Right? We got to get that and make sure y'all have that understanding, because some of these Christians gonna jam you up if you don't know what you're talking about. Right?
Okay.
But I yield with that, King.
Okay. You ain't lying. Get these precepts. All right, so and this video is we're gonna go ahead and get straight off into it. Well, I'm gonna play that.
Overt expressions of that were not acceptable. You weren't allowed to generalize on the basis of race because the assumption was each person is an individual. I don't understand when it became okay to generalize about racial groups.
I think while some people have the luxury to be raised only being told to look at individual people, it should be no surprise to you that black people, in particular black men, have been taught forever that they have to be careful how they behave around white people, that the way they behave will be interpreted differently, that when they misbehave, it'll be punished differently, that if they laugh too loud, if they walk into a nice store. So with all due respect, Tucker, what was true for you has never been true for lots of people.
I mean, there are a lot of ways to respond to that. One, on a factual basis, and in truth, in a lot of places in this country, the main threat that African Americans face is not from white people, as you perfectly well know.
So I first want to respond to the first comment. I think is, while it's true that, of course, people of color face threats from other people of color, it's also true that white people face the overwhelming threat from white people. That is, people face threats from who they live beside. So I find it
exactly.
But I think it's fair to point out that we oughtn't be distasteful and say things like, well, the great threat. It does feed a certain uglier narrative that we don't want. But
why does the truth ever feed a, quote, ugly narrative?
It is deeply suspicious that people are so quick to say things like the main threat facing African Americans is other African Americans, but you never hear anybody say the main threat facing white people is white people.
So you say, for example, I will have to discuss with my boys whether they can truly be friends with white people.
You never hear it. They always want to bring up, anytime you bring up what they done did to us and what they're doing to us, they always want to point out, well, y'all are y'all worst enemy. But just like what he said, you never hear them say that about themselves. Right? Now listen to Tucker Carlson crazy.
Hold on, I don't want, before you start that back. This is called deception and moving the goalposts. Right? Because that's not even what they're talking about. But what these heathens do to get away from the point at hand, they will take you to another. No, you got to keep them right there. Right? I yield.
Okay.
History has provided little reason for people of color to trust white people.
And the argument I make is, look, in a country where it turns out that when the most vulnerable people of color are under threat, those who they count on are nowhere to be seen. If we have a president who marshals forces of hatred and anger and divisiveness and fracture, if the people who call themselves your friends are not going to push back against that, then maybe you can tell me why it is I should trust those people. When those who count themselves as your friend see that others put you in danger, it is their opportunity to prove they're your friend. It's fine to be friendly with them, but these are not your friends.
That is key. For all of our people that's too busy taking up for these Edomites. Ask them, when's the last time these Edomites or their best friend as an Edomite done actually pushed back, like he said, pushed back against the oppression of your people, of our people? When have they seen them stand up for them? They just call them friends and that's it? They stick around for a beer? When have they seen them stand up against this oppression?
Right.
Like he said, if they claim to be your friend while our people are going through the oppression, now is the time for them to prove that they're your friend.
We live in a country where we oughtn't pretend that these divides have not consistently been on racial grounds. And we see that over and over and over.
That's true.
When black people are in danger from, say, addiction, we get policing. When white people are in danger from addiction, they get rehabilitation. When black people don't have jobs, we get stories about why we're making the wrong choices. When white people don't have jobs, we get a presidential campaign about the forgotten class.
Listen, he gave him the business, bro. Tucker Carlson's mouth just hanging open.
Hey, I don't want it. And is this victim mentality?
No, this ain't no victim mentality. This the truth.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the truth of the matter. He ain't lie about nothing.
Right.
Y'all got anything on that?
Let me, Salakia. Let me get Psalm 73 in verse 8. I need that, man, because it's the same response with these people, man. You know, we've been shown time and time again, and we've been shown for many years throughout history. And these people, they not gonna change. So we might as well just learn how to maneuver through the game and stick and move on them. You know what I'm saying? Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, and get out the way and let the Most High give them their judgment. But bring that out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
Right. So as a brother was as he was doing the interview, and he was bringing out that, you know, these are the things that we face as Black people. These are our obstacles, our stumbling blocks. We don't have anybody in our corner, and white people are not our friends. Then here goes the white person to stick up for his people and make them seem not so bad. Well, it seems like the things that are against you is your own. What they say, when a Black person make a certain type of decision is, well, why didn't they make a better decision? When a white person make it is, oh, it was their disadvantages. It was their leverage. Things like this. The wicked speak, they're corrupt. The wicked speak lawfully concerning oppression.
That's right.
They speak prideful concerning oppression. I yield.
Someone grab editions of Esther chapter 15 verse 5.
Let's see.
Come. This is the editions of Esther chapter 15 and verse 5.
My fault, King.
And she was ruddy through the perfection of her beauty, and her countenance was cheerful and very amiable, but her heart was amiable, but her heart was in anguish for fear.
So this is what a lot of our people go through on a day-to-day basis. They will put this character on of being cool, with being fine, with being copacetic with everything going on when they with their white friends. But deep down, they have fear in their hearts because they know that they ain't right for them. So yeah, you can be around them, you can be cordial to them and everything, but you still got to keep it at the forefront of your mind that this is your enemy and they are ready to cut you down at any moment. Someone grab Matthew 10 and 16. I think we tend to bring out this almost every class now.
Hey, shoot, you know what time it is.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse number 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
So let's just be quite frank here. You will have to deal with these heathen in some sort of capacity if you live in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. You can't get around it. So you need to know the type of person, the type of beast, the type of snake that you were dealing with, so you don't get bit. Yeah, you can go out to the woods right now, and you will see snakes everywhere. But it's very, very wise to move away from it and to change your course and to find a different way. Cause shoot, man, no one wants to deal with a snake.
Right.
No one wants to deal with a snake. These people do not have anything good set for you, but you got to deal with them. So you have to know how to deal wisely. Let me grab one more. Go to Sirach 12 and verse 13.
Well, hey, I sure was thinking about it. You got to go to verse 12 first.
Do that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
So don't put him by you, because the first thing that is on his mind is to get you out of your place. And you don't want these words here to cause you to do that that gnashing of the teeth, because you have been warned that this is not a person that is good for you. Separate from thy enemies and take heed to thy friends. Read on.
Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
And it comes to a certain point where you can't feel bad for someone who done been told over and over not to deal with these folks as no doggone friends, as no brothers, and so on and so forth. I cannot have pity on you if you are constantly being shown over and over that this is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And you still linking up with them and doggone having them over for doggone drinks every Friday night. Check that. Read on.
Verse 13 or verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Unless there be any fornicator as Esau that sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. Who is a bigger sinner than Esau?
Hey, teacher.
Separate from him, because he ain't got nothing good for you. This is the border of wickedness, as it said in the book of Malachi chapter 1. This is the front, the side, and the back of wickedness. So separate from it and take heed to your friends. And your friends should be those that keep the commandments. Are you?
Come. Let's go back to Psalm 73. I was reading out of the I want to go back up. Verse 3. Because the heathens will, like how Tucker Carlson was doing, will point out the flaws amongst our people and talk bad about us, talk down on us. And our people will look at the heathen and be envious of what they got going on. Why is it that they got it, they got everything, and I gotta live for the Most High, and I'm barely making it. You see what I'm saying? That we don't need to be concerned with that, because this is their kingdom. This is not your kingdom, so don't expect to be at the top of the food chain, because this is not your rest. Right? Let's bring that out real quick.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Right? Keep reading.
For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Seem like no matter what they do, they prospering. They doing good. Right? Keep reading.
They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
But in verse 3, the Most High told us that this is the wicked. We know what the judgment of the wicked is. So there's no need for us to be envious of what they got going on. It's their time to shine right now. It's their time to shine. Our time is going to be for eternity. Their time is a limited amount of time. They got a short space, right? So at the end of the day, they own their job. By them calling us bywords, by them making us a laughing stock, looking down on us and everything else, that's what they supposed to be doing. We got curses on us. We're in captivity. That's what's supposed to happen. Just stay steadfast and stay girded up in these scriptures.
That's right.
Our time is coming. All right. Y'all got anything else on this topic?
Nah.
All right, so now we're about to go ahead and dig off into these sororities and fraternities, y'all. Y'all seen the title of the class. We're about to go ahead and get to it. So let's see what this first sister's talking about real quick.
Member of the sorority and decided to denounce, renounce, and walk away. And I'm going to talk about that specifically because I feel like so many people ask about why, and I feel like people also don't have full context as a believer and as a Christian, why someone should not be active in any of these organizations. It's not just AKA. It's there's so many others. But I'm going to tell my story and how God dealt with me. Long story short, God really dealt with me about not being a member of this organization. I had been a member for over 12 years. I was never active after undergrad. Was it 12 years? Over 10 years. I joined in 2012. And in 2016, I started growing closer in my relationship with God and growing deeper in my relationship with God, and people started bringing it up. And they're like, that's not of God. And I just thought they were being overly religious, and I was dismissing it because honestly, I was just like, you can't tell me something that you've never walked through. I walked through this organization and it's not demonic and all of this stuff. So for me, I was just in a place where I was kind of like, yeah, these people at church, they really overdoing it. They have no idea. You can still be a Christian and still be a part of this organization. But over time, the truth ended up being revealed. God started dealing with me about it. So even though in 2015, 2016, people started dealing with me and saying stuff about it, I made a decision to renounce because I started getting deeper in the things of God. So I started understanding more about deliverance and more about the demonic realm. And as I started doing that and studying, I was like, oh yeah, I probably need to renounce. But for me, that renouncing was just, renouncing and, reversing the curse and the words and the oaths that I spoke over myself in order to become a member of the organization. And so that was 2015, 2016, but that wasn't something that I was living out publicly. It was just something I did privately, but I also wasn't still fully convinced that I even needed to denounce. I just thought it was enough to be well, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna detach myself from it privately. But to be honest, I was still actively, involved with my former line sisters. I was still, throwing out my pinky or strolling or doing all these things. Or I would wear my letters from time to time, but it wasn't something super consistent. So I didn't really see anything wrong with it. But then as time went on, this year rolled around and God made it so clear that I could not miss that I no longer needed to be a member of this organization. Okay, so the first thing was there was this woman who basically...
She said God made it so clear that she don't need to be part of the organization. So, what makes it clear is these law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He gave us what we need to be able to tell, so we'll know what to do. The law, statutes, and commandments is plain as day. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got anything I hear?
Go on now.
Shoot. You know what I'm saying? This whole topic kind of hit home heavily, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a part of a Greek letter organization, and we definitely made oaths. All fraternities and sororities got rituals. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that you got to go through. And I would say, like when you really doing this stuff, like you ain't paying it no mind. But you know, just kind of looking back on it, it's like, bro, like what did any of it have to do with anything? Like, like what did it have to do with God? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are these rituals? What do they go back to? Why are we saying oaths to an organization, to a fraternity? We should be pledging our oath to the Lord. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to say that this stuff is innocent. It's not, guys. I'm gonna just keep it real. It's not. You know what I'm saying? From the branding yourself to the pledging to the rituals to the oath, all of it is wicked. All of it is wicked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We can't just sit out here and be like, no, this stuff is cool, because it ain't. It don't have nothing to do with the Bible, and it don't have nothing to do with God. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? We can play on each other like it does, but it just really doesn't. I be seeing the stuff like all on social media about people attacking these people that denounce their letters. I celebrate these people. I'm happy for these people. Because we got to truly get back to the Creator. The Lord never told you to be a Kappa, bro.
Right.
Right.
The Lord never told you to do that. He never told you to make oaths to these organizations. That is a sin. He never told you to cross burning sands. All of that is wicked. It has a root that stems back to even more wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing various Israelite camps come out and talk about this. All praise to the Most High. Because this got to be talked about. It got to be exposed, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's of the Lord. You're supposed to expose wickedness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's when you really love. Give me that in Ezekiel chapter 3 real quick, and I'm going to yield. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about this all day, but this stuff, man, this stuff is evil, man. I've been seeing everybody that has been coming out and trying to defend their organization. Like, what? You mad because these people done chose God over Delta?
Right. Right.
Like, bro, y'all are some weirdos, man. I want y'all to know that. Y'all are weirdos. You
Right.
mad that somebody done chose God over being an alpha?
Right.
Like, bro, the Lord don't care nothing about no alpha, bro. You better repent, come back to the to your heritage as an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Give me that in Ezekiel 3:11.
That's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 11. And go, get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith the Lord God, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Hey, whether they will hear it or not. You gotta let these folks know, bro. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, you know what I'm saying? I broke off from it, and people broke off from me. I was just kind of on some stuff where I didn't want to be a part of the organization anymore, but I was still cool with. We can still be brothers because we still are brothers. And, you know what I'm saying? As far as the bloodline. But what you're gonna find out, man, is people gonna stop being cool with you because you no longer want to be involved in that wicked stuff, bro.
Right. That's right.
And that's what they come with, man. But I ain't finna take up too much.
Nah, you good. We got the rest of this video, and we got another video. Actually, we got 2 more videos on this, but the last one is a little different. But if y'all want, if y'all brothers want to say something, y'all can.
Sure, man. I'm gonna briefly speak, and I'll throw out precepts later. But this is a hit home thing for me too. Both I and Mathanya were a part of the same Greek organization, pledged in the same year, same semester, and
AI.
Yeah.
Hold on, this is actually how we know each other too.
Exactly. Yep. And I will say that both of us truly went through all the process stuff, all the rituals, all of it, and it is straight up evil. And when I chose to leave from that lifestyle, all of my line brothers turned their back on me. But the same thing. I was telling them, bro, nothing stops from us being brothers or anything.
Right.
But shoot, and I guess that they value this pagan Greek fraternity life more than friendship. So you will see that in this life, people will pick and they will choose what they have on loyalty to, and it's not gonna always be you. People will throw you out and cash you out for something evil quickly. So this is something that we are seeing with the children of Israel from the very jump, that we have hatred toward our brothers for anything. So
right.
So let's on keep on letting this on video ride, and we'll be throwing out scripts later.
Yeah, con.
Reached out to me at the beginning of this year, and she had been a part of a community that I have built. So I am a digital marketing automation strategist and business coach. I help Christian women entrepreneurs market and monetize their ideas to 6 figures and beyond. My business, Epic Fab Grow, we help Christian women entrepreneurs literally grow their faith and grow their businesses. And so I have built a career and a business and a life that people know I am God-centric. People know that I am Jesus-centric. And so this woman in particular, she reached out to me, and you could tell she was a bit nervous about it. She sent me a DM on Instagram and sent me this video of all of these people who were denouncing these organizations. And it was like all about getting out now, like getting out of these organizations. And I literally rolled my eyes because I felt away, and I was just like, absolutely not. This is ridiculous. Like, this lady is over here judging me. She has no idea what she's talking about. Like, she, has never been in one of these organizations, and she telling me I need to get out. Like, girl, you don't even know what goes on inside of it. Like, so I just was really deeply offended because I felt like she was coming for my Christianity. I felt like she was trying to judge me and say, oh, you're not Christian enough. You're still in this organization and you're not really devoted to God. You're really not sold out for God. So I took it as a place of offense, and I allowed for offense to build up in my heart. And literally I felt the physical offense in my heart. Like, I was so offended, and I would not let that go. And I remember sitting there and just feeling so judged, but also feeling like, Lord, me and you are right here. Like, I thought we were good. If this was an issue for you, you would have said something to me about it. Like, I'm not understanding why this isn't something you would have said something about sooner. And so as time goes on, I'm really in my feelings about that. I'm trying to convince myself that there's nothing wrong with me being a member of the organization. And it's like this.
Hey, real quick, before we lose this points, can somebody pull a second edge of 7-21? She said, well, God, why you ain't say something about this sooner?
Right.
Because you're not serving God. Right. He been said it. He said it 4,000 years ago.
And the Lord ain't dealing with Christianity.
Right.
Second Ezra,
chapter 7, verse 21.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 7, right? In verse number 21. For God hath given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
So she said she's a Christian and all this and that. Obviously, this is more proof that what you doing ain't it. Come on, God, why you ain't tell me? Oh, he been said
it. Right.
That was great.
Whole thing. And so God started, I remember I was standing in my room over there, and I remember telling God, like, I was like, they got me real messed up. I'm never denouncing AKA. Y'all, I literally told God that. And when I tell you that God was like, he would not let me forget that. And he was like, so I can't have that? He was like, you're not going to do what? And it just kept convicting me, because there was a time when I was in undergrad where I made a decision to give my life to God wholly and fully. And I told God that like nothing was off limits. And so the fact that I was even telling him that that thing was off limits was a problem. And it revealed idolatry. I think a lot of times in this modern society, people think that idolatry is just bowing down to things. Now, I did have to bow down to become a member, okay? Like, I was on a whole pillow and I had to get on my knees. And I think a lot of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about if you're Greek, okay? Or if you've been through an experience like that, or if you're a Mason or Eastern Star. But for me, I had to walk through that. But I also felt like, you know, or what I was saying about idolatry is that literally idolatry isn't just bowing down in the natural to something. The fact that we place things of so much value before God that if God says that that's a problem, that we're afraid to let it go. And so that was me understanding that, this is an issue for me. This is not something that I need to be a part of. And so after I did all that, I had that conversation with God. I was still kind of trying to justify my membership with the organization. So the first thing that happened was the lady reached out to me. The second thing that happened was one of my former neos. She basically reached out to me on Super Bowl Sunday, and she told me that she was denouncing AKA. So here I am. Remember, I'm in my mindset over here like, yeah, like you don't even have to let nobody force you to like feel like you need to denounce. You can renounce publicly or privately like I did. And I tried to explain to her like what I had done. And I was over here trying to convince her to stay a member and that she didn't need to necessarily not be a member anymore. So that was the second thing. And then a few weeks later, because my birthday is 10 days after that, and then more time passed, and I ended up going out of town with a friend. And it was when I was on that trip that God literally used another person to literally reach out to me. And in her journal, she literally wrote down that God was unpleased with my affiliation to this organization, and that God had made it so clear to me through other people time and time again. And God literally told me, he literally said on this lady's journal, first of all, she was like, well, God, I don't want to share this with Candace. I don't want to offend her. He was like, meanwhile, you trying not to offend her and you're offending me. And he went on to say, like, Candace, I'm not giving you that many more warnings. So I was like, wait a minute. Okay, not me over here ignoring the signs that God has been sending me. Not me being so.
Hey, look, I want y'all to understand. You know how she's saying that she talked to God and God said this. God's not talking to her. He is not having a conversation with her. Let y'all know. This sister's in sin. Even though she's trying to, she has a form of godliness, but not according to knowledge. She has a form of godliness. She's still in sin. People be saying, well, I talked to God and God said this. That's you knowing better and convincing yourself. That's what that is. You know what you're supposed to be doing. And you're convincing yourself. She's not talking to God. Right.
So hard-headed that I'm over here trying to defend the thing that God wants me up and out of. So it was just so crazy for me. But the thing that took the cake for me was that God literally showed me that there were so many demonic open doors in my life with things that I was struggling with in the spiritual world that were open doors because of this organization. So for me, when I realized that some of those struggles that I was dealing with was literally only because I opened my mouth and made a decision to be pledged to an organization for the rest of my life, I said, oh, baby, listen, when I tell you I flew back home, I wrote my letter of renouncing, denouncing, got it notarized and sent it in a hurry, okay? And I just began to be so grieved because I was like, man, I was grieving the Holy Spirit all this time. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is like the openly demonic stuff that is hidden in plain sight. The fact that we had to take part in an actual ritual to become a member. I'll never forget that when we went through like the ritual or whatever, that I looked around at a few of my former line sisters at the time and was like, what did we just do? It was y'all, it was crazy. It was to the point where we were like what just happened? And I feel like it was just hidden in plain sight, but people try to cover it up and act like it's not a problem.
Hey, that's truly how it be too, bro. Like some of the stuff, I know I remember, bro. Some of the stuff like we did at Nationals, bro. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is doing it. I ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really saying that. So I'm like, well, shoot, maybe we straight. You know what I'm saying? But man, this stuff, you really look back at it retrospect, man. It's like, man, this stuff is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Should I even down to the songs we had sung. Shoot, it was one that had went. Do not let my son pledge Omega. I'd rather burn in hell, but rather he go Kappa Alpha Psi. Like that's evil. That is you speaking curses over your own life.
Right.
But since it's in a doggone song form, shoot, you think it's just some damn passion. No.
Right.
You think it's what?
Passion.
Right.
Oh man. Hey man, let me get a script real quick, man. Let me get Matthew 16, man. Right. Let me get Matthew 16 and verse 24, man. You know, because man, like I get it, man. You know, a lot of our people may think this is extreme, but like, man, the Lord was extreme. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, most folks don't know Christ, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know the Most High. Because Christ was on this type of time. If Christ was on the scene today, folks wouldn't like him.
Right.
This ain't that white dude that y'all see, bro.
Right.
Like Christ was real deal. He was serious. He wasn't playing because this not a playing matter. This stuff life or death. And y'all playing with the word. Right? Let me get that in Matthew 16 and 24, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Let him deny himself, man. That's our daily battle.
All right.
Denying ourselves.
Mm-hmm. You
got to deny what you truly want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? And do what God wants you to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta take up your cross.
Mm-hmm.
Put these things on the cross, bro. Put Kappa on the cross. You know what I'm saying? Put God doggone, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff you battling, the flesh, put it on the cross.
Right.
And deny it, man. For the Lord. Read on.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
You trying to save his life. You gotta lose this life.
That's right.
You can't save this life, bro. and the desires and things like that of the flesh.
Right.
You're not gonna make it in the next life. Living for this one ain't gonna gain you nothing but a lake of fire, bro.
That's right.
That's it. Ain't nothing to gain in this life.
Mm-hmm.
Our gain is in the next life. The riches and the streets of gold and the servants and the handmaids, right? The true reparations according to the Bible. By Hashem myself and Hawashah.
By Hashem myself, Yosha.
Right? Read on.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
We got it for his sake, man. For the Lord's sake. And this is something that I gotta tell myself every day, bro. You gotta deny your flesh, bro. You gotta deny yourself, bro. You gotta live in the spirit, bro. You gotta keep the laws of God, bro. You gotta stay focused, cause the mind will take you somewhere else. That old man will resurrect.
Yeah,
you be back in the world. You be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You be back doing things that are pleasing to mankind instead of pleasing God. A lot of us would rather please our friends and our family more than we like to please God. And that's what the sister was just talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you going to please God or are you going to please man? You can't serve two masters. Choose ye this day. That's what Moses told the Israelites.
That's right.
Choose you this day who you will serve. Right? I yield with that, King.
Come. Sure, man. I would like to speak towards these doggone vows, man, because this is something that whoever may be somewhat even thinking about joining one of these Greek letter organizations needs to understand, man. Vows are very serious. Shoot, don't be taking no doggone vows and you not 10 toes down for it. Shoot. Personally, I am on a Nazarite vow now. You ain't finna catch me drinking nothing. You ain't finna catch me with no grapes or anything, because that is the vow that is laid out in these scriptures to follow. So vows should be taken very, very serious. Let's go to Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. Actually, Psalms chapter 50 and 14.
Hey, too, you know what I'm saying? You know, they need to know that these vows are synonymous with oaths.
Yep, absolutely. I'm gonna touch that too.
Okay, so like,
it's the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 14. Offer unto God thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High.
Nah, pay your vows to capital.
Unto the Most High.
It says to pay your vows to the Most High. So you shouldn't be vowing to anything else that isn't Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Don't be swearing no doggone lifetime on allegiance to no Greek letter organization.
Right.
And it gets very, very silly too for all these quote unquote made folks. Right. That same paper person taking that same oath that you are taking. So what makes on you any more made?
Right.
It's foolishness. Go to Psalms chapter 116 and verse 6. And I can't believe I was part of that foolishness. But the best thing from it is that I had met some good brothers that had came out of it with me.
Right.
This the book of Psalms, chapter 116 and verse 6. It reads, "The Lord preserveth the simple, I was brought low, and he helped me.
Hey, I was very, very simple. When I chose to join, doggone, shoot, I'm gonna put it out there. I was in Kappa Alpha Psi. When I chose to join it, I was being very simple.
Right.
I thought I saw brotherhood there. I thought I had seen fun. I thought I seen kicking it and popularity and getting on the hoes and all that. But that was foolishness. That was simple activity that no one should be taken a part of, because you shouldn't be horning out the daughters of Zion. One, you shouldn't be a doggone drunk two, and you shouldn't have any hatred towards your brother three, because this is something else that is taught in these Greek letter organizations. The Kappas beefing with the alphas, the alphas beefing with the doggone Qs, the Qs beefing with the sigmas, the sigmas beefing with the iotas, and the same thing go for the sororities. Everybody has animosity to somebody that looks just like them.
That's right.
Everybody has hatred to somebody that comes possibly from the same tribe that they come from, based off of some doggone colors.
Right.
Off some colors. Shoot, go down to verse 12.
Verse 12. What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards me?
So what should I give back to the Lord for taking me from that foolishness? What? Read on.
Verse 13. I will take the cup of salvation.
That's right.
Read on.
And call upon the name of the Lord Yahweh.
I will take this cup of salvation. I will take this second chance. I will take this redemption from my foolish ways, and I will serve the Lord 10 times more. Shoot, we are turning from this wicked world, and we are serving the true creator. We already have our culture. We already have what is doggone cool, and it's keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the death. Read on.
Right.
God, I will pay my vows unto the Lord.
I will pay my vows to who?
To the Lord Yahweh.
I will pay my vows to Yahweh. I'm not paying any vows to no Greek organization ever. Read
That's
on.
right.
Now, in the presence of all his people.
And I do it openly to all the former quote unquote bros that I kicked it with, that I smoked with, drank with, that I was doggone checking at the doggone door. Leave from it. It ain't any good. And to anybody else that's in any form of a Greek letter organization, leave it, because it means you no good. It ain't profiting you anything. So do the same thing. Stand up boldly in the presence of all these people, and just say no, and just say that you will serve the Most High God.
That's right.
Now on speaking towards these on oaths, go to Zechariah 8 and 16.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 8 and verse 16. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth, and peace in your gates.
So this is what we are commanded to do. Speak the words of truth to your neighbor. So if you were in a Greek letter organization and you came out of it, teach that to your neighbor. Teach that to your LP. Teach that to your Neo. Teach that to your Pro-Fight. Teach that to your DP and ADPs and anyone else that you see with that foolishness on them. Read.
And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor. And love no false oath.
Love what?
Love no false oath.
So that means don't love them. Read.
For all these are things that I hate, saith Yahweh.
The Lord hates false oaths. If you are not vowing to the Most High God, it is a false oath. Let it go. Repent and be converted with these laws, statutes, and commandments, and find out where your true frat is, and that's with the men of the Lord. I yield.
You got anything, sir?
Man, you know, I went into the Greek stuff, so I let the brothers that had dealt with it from the heart, I let them bring that out. But man, as my boy Asa, man, as he say, foolishness. He call it foolishness. The shit is foolish.
Right. Okay. All right. So we heard this sister. Now we got a brother talking about this. Let's see what he's saying.
Christians should join.
So right before I denounced, I was like trying to get to know God better, like reading my Bible, which is the best way to do it. And I found so many flaws. Like I found so many ifs, and buts that had to do with how I got in the fraternity and what I was doing in the fraternity that was against the word of God. And it all started off with the first commandment: you shall have no other gods before me. And this commandment was put in place because people was worshiping everything else and God at the same time. And God don't mean have him first and then other things. That's the other things is the things that are before God, that are in his presence. Of course, the Greeks, they'll be like, you know, it's your fault for putting the fraternity in the place of God. Like, no, it don't work like that. It's having a fraternity in the presence of God, just being in it in general. It's being lukewarm, and I was being lukewarm, and I can admit that. And here's a red flag, even in the prayer. It says, may the true spirit of the fraternity guide our hearts, guide our thoughts, and control our lives. Like, isn't the Holy Spirit supposed to do that? Like, when I say it's so much misinterpretation of Scripture, so much replacement of Scripture with the fraternity, it's just demonic. And a lot of people will try to defend it, but it literally speaks for itself and its fruits. It says the fraternity, and then it says the light of the world over the altar. But what does the Bible say is the light of the world? It's literally Jesus. Jesus is the light of the world, as it says in John 9:5. Not to even mention the origins. 3 of the founders were Freemasons. And what do Freemasons believe? Let's see. This dude right here, Albert Pike, he's literally a Freemason, saying that Lucifer is God and that Luciferianism is the doctrine of Freemasonry. So this explains the Freemason handshake at the top of the AKA crest with the false god on there, just like the same one on Kappa Alpha Psi's, and the same exact one on Phi Beta Sigmas. And the whole purpose of these fraternities and sororities is to take glory away from God and to give it to the gods of these fraternities. Even in this song, it says, carrying out earth and heaven's grand command, success goes to gain, that our fraternities' praises may be sung. And not to even mention all of the chants that they say, all of my love, my peace, and happiness you'll give to the fraternity. But the Bible literally says, love God with your heart, mind, and all your strength. And most of them have this torch of enlightenment that looks pretty familiar. Yep, that one.
So what he just showed, he showed multiple multiple emblems from different sororities and fraternities. All of them got you serving other guys, right? This goes to further show that while people are trying to make sure that the heathens are saved, they're not paying attention to the fact that all nations have their own gods. We serve the only one and true living God, but all nations have their own gods. So why are you concerned with trying to save heathens? They have their own gods. They show you on a daily basis. They show you on a daily basis. And the Edomites are the worst ones. You see what I'm saying? Let's pull matter of fact, I'm gonna wait till after this next video if I pull my preset. Y'all got anything?
Oh man. Shoot, let me get 2 Maccabees chapter 4.
You in the spirit, huh?
We got the classic. You know what I'm saying? Because man, I ain't gonna lie, that Psalms 116 that Smooth just brought out, hey, it lit a fire in me, man.
It's heavy.
It lit a fire in me, you know, because again, man, like one thing I done figured out about, you know, I watched The Matrix the other night, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just being in the truth, been knowing about the truth about 8-9 years. You know, and it's really just settling in. It's nothing. It's what it's saying, man. Like you gotta question everything from the Starbucks emblem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To all these other emblems as far as CNN, Fox. You know what I'm saying? All this other stuff that's dealing with witchcraft and sorcery and dealing with other gods, man. You gotta question this stuff, man. You just can't go along to get along. Yeah, I met some great people in Capital. Some people that I could probably hit up now and be like, bro, I'm finna come to the crib and I'm in the city. Can I stay with you for a night? And it's still good. But shoot, I'm still hoping them brothers wake up and come out of it too. Now I love them still, you feel me? But shoot, I love them, not the organization.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But bring it out of 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and 15 because this is nothing new. It's nothing new. Right? Read for that for me, King.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
Not setting by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Isaiah, and Jeremiah, and Ezekiel, and Daniel, and Ezra, and Nehemiah, and Samuel, and David, and Solomon, and Malachi, Joel, Amos. You know what I'm saying? Not setting by in Christ. Not setting by the honors of our fathers, right? Read.
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
And our people will die behind being Greek, bro. They'll fight behind being Greek. They'll fight to be a capital, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fight each other, like the brother was just bringing out. Fight the Qs, fight the Alphas. They'll fight for it. And they'll go hard for it. Go through all manners of 6 to 10 to a semester to 2 semesters to a year of pledging.
Right.
Being brought down to a low estate, doing all this type of stuff to join this organization, but you tell them about the laws of God, it's too hard.
Right.
Are you serious, bro? You just went from damn near close as hell to chattel slavery almost.
Yeah.
Right.
But doing this is too hard.
That's crazy.
I'm not understanding, big dog.
Yeah.
But shoot, man, like the scripture saying Jeremiah 4 and 22, you know what I'm saying? This is one of my favorite scriptures to bring out that count because it just shows like our people are wise to do evil, man. You know what I'm saying? But to do good, they have no knowledge. Right. They don't have no knowledge of doing good, man.
Bring it out.
Right? But I yield, King. I yield.
Let me read the next verse.
Verse go ahead.
Verse 16. It says, by reason whereof, let me read 15 again. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all, by reason whereof sore calamity came upon them. For they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they follow so earnestly and unto whom they desire to be like in all things.
In all things. Hey, read verse 17.
For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time following shall declare these things. So the time following is judgment.
Yeah.
Judgment. Sure. Con. All right, so we got this next clip, unless y'all and somebody else has something to say.
Sure. Let me bring out one more classic scripture. Let's get Jeremiah 10:1.
Okay.
Salaki, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 1. Salaki, the page is stuck. Yeah, my bad.
You good? I got you.
I got super glue on the page.
I got that new Bible over there.
it just won't go to it. Now here you go. Salaki. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
This is a direct commandment to the children of Israel. Read.
That's right.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
So this is the Lord our God clearly telling us to learn not the way of the heathen. This is all these Greek letter organizations here. This is the way of the heathen. And it's so doggone bad that we have liked them better than our own ways. Because once more, what is being pushed in these organizations beyond the doggone cover of brotherhood, community service? No. You are being taught to be a drunkard, to be a whoremonger and a whore, and to lose your damn mind as many times as you can for a song. To get up as a doggone group of 5 to 20 plus people and do an organized dance. This is great foolishness, man. Y'all are spending hours upon hours for doggone step practice and stroll practice. But we can't even spend 30 minutes reading the words of God.
That's right.
And I beat myself up for this too, because when I was pledging and when I was in the frat, I could stay up 24, 48, 36 hours straight because I was with all the BS. I wanted to party. I wanted to hang out in the student center. I wanted to pledge on my boys. Shoot, I wanted to be super noob. But I be feeling bad because I be doggone sleeping now.
Right.
Right.
So how can I give way more energy to the dance team, quote unquote, than I the word of the Lord? It makes no sense. I'm gonna grab one more scripture. Let's get Baruch 4, verse 28.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 28. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Hey, seek him 10 times more. Shoot, you gave all your time, energy, money to these doggone friends. I was buying doggone bottles and blunts consistently, going broke for it for the doggone frat. So you think that I am not about to give my all to the Lord? You must be out your mind. Seek him 10 times more for saving you from that evil, stupid, wicked folly. Are you?
Come on. So all right. We got all right. Now check this next clip out. This next one's pretty interesting. Check this next clip. This is talking about the same stuff, but check it out.
I remember seeing this and having mixed feelings. First, I was so happy and proud. Wow. Look at those sorors. We got new sorors at Howard, Alpha Chapter, the Mecca, in their white suits looking crisp and clean. Y'all better go ahead. Then I thought, I know a few ladies personally that didn't make line, that were legacies, that really, really wanted it. And they were so disappointed. So it was bittersweet, So I'm thinking about those ladies today that really wanted it, but didn't make line. Imagine having to wake up to this. This is an open letter denouncing the sorority by one of the young ladies who just crossed not even a month ago. Y'all, when I tell you in the 31 years that I've been a Delta, I have never seen anything like this. The denunciation trend is nonsense anyway, but this young lady who just crossed decided she was going to write an open letter to nationals and then broadcast it to everyone, because God and Jesus and her values. Here's the second part of the letter where she talks about openly the ceremony, the pinning, the crossing, the meaning of Minerva and how she's against all of that. I can't. I absolutely cannot. I'm going to need Big Delta to do something about this. Maybe start screening these ladies. Maybe we need psych evals for some people. This is absolutely ridiculous. Pay up to $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 just to turn around and denounce? It feels orchestrated to me. Oh, but wait. I'm hearing the streets is talking. She's not the only one. You may hear and see more denunciations coming up from those women who just crossed Alpha Chapter at Howard. She's not the last one. There may be more. Which begs the question, do they have an agenda? Are these ladies just making line just to turn around and then, go viral by denouncing? Getting some clout? What's your point? Because I know women in my 31 years who are no longer active or who want nothing to do with the sorority that just quietly go on about their business. Because you were initiated quietly, you pledge quietly, you can denounce quietly. We don't care. We don't care. We don't want to know. We don't want to hear about it. This is from one of her big sisters, her mentors, who in the 2 years she knew her, this little girl said nothing about God, Jesus, the Holy Ghost, spirituality, nothing. These girls ain't even in the red zone yet. They don't even have membership cards printed yet. We might need a moratorium, just shut everything down, because this is absolute lunacy, and it's ridiculous. Delta, what y'all gonna do?
Well, she hurt.
Yeah, she talking about we don't care. No, you made a whole video about it. You care.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
She big hurt.
Yeah, you care. But see, our people are destroyed. She's sitting up there talking about the way she said, God, Jesus, and all. This woman obviously could care less about what's in this Bible.
Straight up down.
This woman don't care. Her life is that sorority. She could care less about what's in this Bible, not knowing that sorority is going to be your one-way ticket to destruction and damnation.
Right.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Listen, if you bank on what you got going on in this society, if you bank on your sorority, your fraternity, if you bank on your money, your job, if you bank on any of these carnal things, understand you got to die sooner or later.
Yep.
That stuff means nothing. That stuff means nothing. I said it before. What you call it? What's his name? He created. Damn, I forgot that white dude name. But anyway, he was a billionaire, electronics dude, whatever. And Steve Jobs. He ended up getting cancer, some form of cancer. and he said one thing about it is wealth is in your health, right? Now I'm using this as an example, but he said wealth is in your health because he said with all the money that he made, he couldn't pay nobody to take his cancer from him. Like, hey, get this. He could pay somebody to drive for him. He could pay somebody to do this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he wanted to eat, he could pay somebody for that, fix it for him. But he cannot pay nobody to take his illness from him. Or here, take that. You can have that. Whatever you ask for, I give it to you. Can do it. And same thing. No matter what you no matter what you value, if you don't value what's in these scriptures, if you don't value or fear the Most High God, the one that can kill the body and the spirit, understand you tripping. Because see, what a lot of people think, well, I go to hell. Don't you know the Most High liable to make you suffer? Most High liable to make you suffer, make you get tortured. You see what I'm saying? While you playing. Let's pull Exodus 23 and 2. Exodus 23 and 2. Yeah, our people are lost in the sauce. Our people are destroyed.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. And that's exactly what you're doing when you join different organizations. You see what I'm saying? Join different organizations. Like this sister right here, you know, she's talking crazy about the sisters that want to leave these organizations. She's rooted, her foundation is that organization. And she don't even know what she's saying. She really don't know what she's saying. Right? It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. You see what I'm saying? She been listening, she been talking to her other line sisters and all that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? That had a whole lot to say, and she decided to make her a video on it. While you talking about the sisters that want to serve the Most High God. Right? Let's go to 1 Peter 4 and 12. 1 Peter 4 and 12.
Hey, she had took that song serious, saying that Delta Sigma Theta is the only way.
Yeah. She gonna find out when it's all said and done. The Most High gonna make her find out.
You ready for that First Peter?
Yeah, King.
That's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Those of our people that want to exit these organizations and exit, you know, these different situations just to serve the Most High God, understand this is a fiery trial that every one of us have to go through. It's not the same exact fire trial that everybody else has to go through, but we all have been approached by these fiery trials. We all have gone through these particular trials, and there's more trials for us to go through. This is all part of our purification process. You know what I'm saying? We're being purified for the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? All right, keep reading.
Verse 13, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
It said, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings. So what you got to think about it is, about how this is sitting up here running her mouth, you know, and anybody else that's running their mouth about you in your everyday life and the things that you go through, You know, it could be your parents, your family members. Talk about, oh, that's a cult. But they willing to accept that. But they won't accept what's in this Bible. You see what I'm saying? They'll call what we're doing a cult, but ain't realizing that what they've been doing all these years in that church is a cult. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to do nothing that's in this Bible, but say they're Christians. Our people are destroyed, bro. But understand, Yahweh Shai suffer. So at the end of the day, if you have to suffer, understand this is all part of the walk. You doing what your big brother did. You suffering like your big brother suffered. He is our perfect example at the end of the day. That is our example. So we got to be willing to take on these sufferings like it ain't nothing. Just accept it. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 14. But if ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you.
Read that again.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ,
if you hated for the name of Christ,
happy are ye, for the spirit of the glory and of God resteth upon you.
So if you are hated for living according to this truth, if you are talked about for living according to this truth, and you got faith in Christ and Yahweh Shai, right? If you get talked about, mistreated, hated, your folks don't want to be around you no more. Your friends talk about you. You see what I'm saying? Nobody want to hang with you no more. You know, and all you got is the people that you know that's in this truth. It said, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God rested on you. His spirit is resting on you is the reason why you're going through that, because they spirit don't bear witness with your spirit. That is why his spirit, it just said his spirit is resting on you if you're going through these things, because the devils that's in them identify that spirit and they want to be cast off into some swine. Right? Keep reading that, King.
It says, on their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
On their part he is evil spoken of. These people hate God and don't even know they hate God.
Real talk.
These people hate Christ Yahweh Shai and don't even know they hate him. These people hate the one true, the mighty God and don't even know it. See how so casually this woman was talking of God and Jesus and all that. You see what I'm saying? See how casually she was saying all this and don't even know what's coming out her mouth? The Most High can stop her heart at the drop of a dime.
Right.
People playing with him like he's something to be played with. He the one to put the breath in your body. Right? Keep reading on that, King.
Verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
See, so it says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Right? And that's exactly what she is. She a busybody in that woman's matter. That woman did what she did. Stay out of her business. She want to leave. You upset. Talking about you don't care. No, you care. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, what it's saying right here is, if you suffer, let it be for the will of God.
Right.
Don't let your suffering be from you sinning. Because if you suffering from sin, no, the Holy Spirit is not resting on you. You getting some judgment on you. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading that, King.
Verse 16. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf.
And when it says, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, it's not talking about if you suffer as a Baptist, as a Pentecostal, as a Jehovah's Witness, and none of that other mess. It's not talking about that. It's talking about real followers of Christ. Christ kept the commandments. Christ kept the law, statutes, and commandments. So people that's keeping these commandments, You see what I'm saying? Is what it's talking about. It said, "Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf." Keep reading.
Verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
It said the judgment gonna start with us, right? It's gonna begin with us, those of us that call ourselves righteous or think we righteous. And it said what? It said, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? Like this woman so casually talking about God in Christ. What's her end gonna be like? If it's gonna start with us, those of us that's trying to live right or think we trying to live right. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Boy, listen. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what they running their mouth about. Every idle word shall be judged.
That's right.
Right? Read that last verse, King.
Verse 19. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing, as unto a faithful creator.
Hey, it says, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing. Keep doing what you're supposed to do according to these laws, statutes, and commandments, according to your brethren, and according to being obedient to the Most High God by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Right? Keep doing that. That way you keep your soul in good standing with the Most High God. Right? I yield on that note. Anybody say anything?
Let me get a few scriptures. I'm gonna keep it brief. Let me get Leviticus chapter 18 and 1.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yahweh your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye.
So he said, after the doings of the land of Egypt and after the land of Canaan, those are the things that you shall not do. Now we know we kind of do our little bit of due diligence and research about some of these organizations, these Greek organizations. We know that they go back to a specific type of religion or belief. You know, the Greeks observed things from Egypt. That's where they got that format from. The foundation came from Egypt, and that's where you get. If you go into any other culture and civilization, they borrow things from Egypt. You know, whether it's the same gods, the same characteristics of these gods are just regurgitated and told in a different name, in a different tongue. So their names are different, but it's the same symbolism, same things we see. You know, the Lord command us not to do after these people. Let me get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11. So now we have, you know, the Lord is just, if you give yourself over to something, the Lord he'll let you have it all the way.
Say that.
If you want to bite down, he gonna let you tear the whole thing off.
Right.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse number 11. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
And that's what the sister got in the video. You know, the one rebuking other women for denouncing. You know what I'm saying? And majority of them are denouncing because of Christ. They're denouncing because of the Bible and the Most High and what His Word actually says. So you that are a lover of the Greek fashion that goes back to the Egyptian customs, and you love that and you indulge in that, then the Most High give you over to that. Put the wool over your eyes, rock you to sleep, and you'll be rocked to sleep in your delusion.
You want me to read on that, King? Or
finish that up, Salaki.
That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
The sister didn't want to believe none of them women were saying, but she's saying, oh, y'all got morals now. Y'all got views now. Oh, you into that Bible now. They don't want to believe the truth. And so they just damned vessels fit for destruction.
Right.
They love unrighteousness all the way up until the end. And that's just how it's going to go.
Right.
I get right there.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. Hey, that was another beautiful edification. You know, I appreciate you, brothers. You know, with these precepts y'all bringing. You know, y'all came with that fire. You know, but once again, you know what I'm saying, let's just stay steadfast in these scriptures. You know, let's keep coming together, even though we coming together. If it's just online, if it's just on classes, if it, you know, hey, we coming together like Zephaniah 2:1, Hebrews 10:25. You know, the closer we get to the end, the more we're supposed to congregate. All right. So, hey, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Hey, and like I said, new moon. I think that's the moon's on the 5th. And you know, that's the email right there in the chat. Hey, send an email you want to join us for new moon, or reach out to somebody one way or another. But hey, thank y'all again for joining us. Hey, shalom.
Shalom. Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.